Get away from her, you bitch!
Hollywood, take this for example. This is how you do a sequel right. Okay, I am really happy now because I am getting to talk about one of my favorite movies of all time, Aliens. So, hello everyone, and I know I just started you just back into the action with yet another review of one of the greatest movies of all time. So now we're talking Aliens. So let's start by talking about the good. The good, oh, there's a lot of things. I think that this movie improves upon the original in pretty much every way. Like, the first one, Ripley, she's an interesting character, but she's not she's nowhere near as good as she is in Aliens, where she is by far the coolest and most awesome of all the other people on there. And but she's still someone that can be tough, but she's also very maternal to this character of Newt, who's also an adorable and nice character in her own sense. And it gives you some really good action because they had James Cameron, who's the king of shooting action, and which is why it's heartbreaking that he's now spending it doing Avatar when he could be doing some other really cool movies, like making another Terminator movie. We all know it needs to be refreshed a bit after Genesis and Rise of the Machines were pretty bad, even though Genesis is so bad it's good. And I would say that this movie takes a premise that on paper might be probably not as clever as the original, and yet it manages to exceed the original in, like I said, every way. The characters are better. Like, Newt is one of the most adorable of all the kid characters you can find in a sci-fi movie. Hicks. I love Hicks. That is Michael Biehn at his best. It's I was legitimately watching that movie and was like, wow, this guy's giving competition to Kyle Reese for who's my favorite character that Michael Biehn plays. I think I would slightly give it to Kyle Reese, but different day it'll be Hicks. It just goes back to personal preference. It's so difficult because they mean so much to me, but I think that I think what really took away Hicks was what they do to him in Alien 3. I saw Alien 3. Total disrespect. And like I said, action here, fantastic. It looks gorgeous for me. It just has this more colorized version of it. Looks so much more colorized. Like Cameron has that thing where he uses his cameras and like does something to their brightness or makes it look better. Like Terminator 2 looks better than the original. It looks a lot more like this one. This one looks so blue at times. It's just like so blue. I don't know if it's because the planet is bluer. I don't even know if the planet's blue. That's just what I'm guessing. And the movie is fantastic. It's a movie that manages to have action, manages to have horror. It's pretty scary for a movie. I didn't get scared by it, but I know there are people that will get scared by it. The Queen, you get this amazing like match where you see a queen where you see Ripley going up against the Queen, and it is just such a cool showdown where it's a mother versus a mother. Well, and I've not seen the extended cut yet. I plan to see the extended cut. The extended cut I hear brings some more depth into why she's so maternal towards Newt, and there's a bit of one note here, like that I will talk to when I get into the bad, but it's not much. It's pretty much a perfect movie. I will say it's easily a perfect movie, except for one nitpick I have that's mostly to do with the writing of a character. But it's a movie that is a 10 out of 10 every day, one of my favorite movies of all time. But I almost never can do a review unless I can think of unless I can think of a flaw in this movie. Which there are movies that I make exceptions that I have not managed to name a flaw in. Even Terminator 2, my favorite movie, I managed to name a flaw in. Well, I think I actually managed to put in two, but movies like Die Hard, inflawable. Nothing is wrong with that movie. Aliens, the only flaw I have is the character that goes up into the space with them. I can't remember his name. The guy that had said the thing about, I made a decision, it was bad. It was a wrong call, Ripley was a bad call. Like, that character that's now been memed to death with that scene. I think the character's a bit one note. Like, I think that it's like a typical thing, like the corporation wants to do this, and it's happened a lot of times, and it kind of feels overused. I don't know if we need it. It was an excuse to get Aliens on the big screen. And if this was our only way to get us an Alien sequel that was gonna be like this, I am totally happy for it. I can easily look over it, and it's a movie that It's a movie that looks better than the original. It's a movie that is much faster paced. Like, if you complained that Aliens was very slow, this is your movie. This movie is so fast paced at times, and that's such a good thing about it. It manages to have action and horror, and it's nowhere near as slow as Alien. So I would easily give this a 10 out of 10. It's an A+ movie. So without question, this is easily one of my favorite movies of all time. Thank you all so much for watching this, but I have another shout out that I'm going to be talking about, so stay tuned for that. And I'm putting the link in my description. So just so you know, I will, and I'm also keeping an eye on his subscribers like I did for Film Kid. I do want to say thank you because I noticed his subscriber count went up a few. So thank you for that. But also, we're talking about another subscriber. I'm going to keep an eye out on his subscriptions, and I better notice that he gets a few more subs because I know that he does really enjoy them. He does, and I know that he does deserve them. So I'm going to head on over and shout him out. So who is the person that I'm shouting out? Let's find out. Let's talk about Hasta La Vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
No, not that. The YouTuber. And anyway, I wanted to give out a shout out to one of the genre challengers again. One of my personal buddies. Now, I do not actually know him through the human world. I know him through YouTube. And one of my earliest subscribers, simply because my name intrigued him, of Ledger Forever. I know, because come on, who can doubt it? That's a pretty good name. I came up with a really good name for my YouTube channel. So he always just loved it because he loves The Dark Knight, loves Heath Ledger's performance. So it was an easy win for him getting a channel like this. So he did whatever he could to shout me out. He did whatever he could to let my video that I was a YouTuber be known. He was always so supportive. So I thought I would return the favor by shouting him out. I will have the link to his description. I'll have the link in the description below. Make sure you shout him out too. Share this video, and also, I will put out a community tab asking if you guys subscribed to Hasta La Vista, baby, tomorrow. So I better see some people saying on it, and or already done it. Because he is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, and believe me, that's a high bar. There's a lot of really good YouTubers out there. So thank you all so much for watching this. Please like and subscribe, and head on over to Hasta La Vista. And if you have not, go over check out my review of Alien, and also check out the check out the YouTube channel I gave a shout out to in that. Make sure that you subscribe to Hasta La Vista, baby. And thank you so much for watching this. And also, give Aliens a rewatch. And thank you so much. Have a good one.